Hello, I am here. Little wave over there to you so you know it's me. Got my trusty old, what is it? SM7B. Shure microphone, which picks up my voice in really good sound quality, as good as it can sound here in my little studio, if you want to call it that. It's my little array of stuff which I have here. Yeah, there's my SM7B. Put I had a little piece of red. I just put it around there so make it just a little bit different. You know, instead of it all being jet black. You know what I mean? Yeah. There we go. Want this sucker about 6 inches away so that it gets the full sound quality of your speaker thing. I'm going to put back. Oops, I got to swap it around here. There we go. This is a simulcast. I meant to shut off X, but the internet connection is really strong this morning, as opposed to yesterday morning, which everything just faded away. It dropped off like, you know, X drops off first. Amazing. Facebook Live drops off second, and YouTube held right in there until the end. Just had an hour of talk yesterday, so I was going to cut off X so that the bandwidth would go across two of the social networks so simultaneously. This is a live broadcast, whether you know it or not. You can call my cell phone right now, 561-416-1100, and text me a message. You don't even have to call if you don't want to. You know, if you want to call, I can answer your call. I will answer your call. My iPhone is right. Oops, a little out of camera view. Let's go full screen so we can just, yeah, see this 22 right here? If I rotate that little guy that way, see, that's my iPhone. Yeah. There we go. Turn that off. There we go. And I have a choice of, I want this right here. This shows me the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I can touch it. Oh, the arrow. I have to touch the arrow. There we go. I knew you had to touch something. Oh, God, what is this? There we go. So now we get to all the CNBC. Market is open right now. It just opened. I'm a little behind here. Anyway. Well, yeah. It's running up and down right now, which it's supposed to do. Yep. I will head back in here. My visual on my, there you go. Whoops. So it's the 22nd of October. It's a Wednesday. It's midweek. A couple of days to Hump Day. Hump Day, remember that? Here's my vital statistics this morning. Took my blood pressure at 826. Look at that, 99/56. The world's best blood pressure reading. Look at that. That is magnanimous. Yeah, you can see it all by sort of. I have to kind of hold it. It's the picture. This is a picture. I don't need to show that stuff over there. You know, if I do full screen, then you really miss out on. Yeah, there it is. That's right. That's just too wide. Yeah. Blood pressure 96/56. That's the lowest. I actually did my blood pressure 3 times. You know, and it was like 101 over 61 or something. I mean, it was all 3 blood pressure readings were in the same zone. You know, instead of 130, we're at 99. And that 56 number is a good one. We don't want to go too much lower, actually. We're at the low end of the range. If it goes too much lower, I'm going to have to call emergency. Just kidding. We don't want it to go lower. It won't go lower. I'll take it again at 1 o'clock just to be sure that it's not an anomaly. The only blood pressure medicine I'm taking is oh God. There we go. Let's go to Publix Pharmacy. I'll show you one. There you go. Prescriptions in progress is what's in progress? Oh, my Freestyle Libre 3. I sent my doctor a fax yesterday. Come on, I'll send him another one today if I don't hear anything. This nurse goes through this stuff. Overdue for refill. Ozempic. 22nd. They tell me I can't order it until the 24th. Recent prescriptions, okay. Breztri, I take a couple puffs of that in the morning. I have lots of refills available on that one. Last refill, 10/17. That's a long time ago. Might as well go ask for another one of those. Butalol, I think I have enough of that at 16. I have plenty of that. Losartan, 10/16. I think I got a 90-day supply, so Metaluska, got that. Simulcast. That's an interesting word there to figure out how to pronounce that one. Prednisone on that, renewals on that. Refills 3 remaining. Doxycycline, no. Look at this, I have one available here. I just want to get all this stuff I can before year end. How old is this one? I'm going to wait until November for that. That I got lots of. Got plenty of that. This is Maryland stuff. Doxycycline, we don't need. Methylprednisone, nope. Don't need that. Symbicort. That Breztri is basically Symbicort with one other ingredient. So I'm not ordering any more Symbicort. I'm a Breztri guy. Relinta, we just straightened that out, I think. Yeah. They wanted $400 or something for it. No, wait, hold on a minute. Here we're going through my entire drug list. All right. This is Maryland stuff. He's got lots of this stuff. Let me see, you got that. Let's see if we can get that. Look at that. Maryland has the prednisone available. Let's get it. Next step. As soon as possible. And then hit next. There we go. As soon as available, here's Breztri, Losartan for Maryland, Zepic for Maryland, see if it goes through, and prednisone for Maryland. Okay. Let's see what happens with that. We can allow, of course. It shows all the other places. We don't want other places. So we're gonna there we go. All right. Sorry to take it down my. Here's the tropical depression that's down there, right south of Cuba. The waters are super hot. This storm is going to bubble up and become a real problem. The question is, where is it going? And you know what? The National Weather Service doesn't have a clue. Look at this. This is the computer modeling. It doesn't know where to go. I've never seen anything like it. This is live radar, by the way. I am on the site. Where's the cone of uncertainty? Yeah, they don't know where it's going. English modeling, European modeling. Let's go to the next slide, please. Here's the regional sea temperatures. Take a look at this. Sports fans, look where that is. And you see that purpley red color? That's, do we have a scale? Yeah, that's up. See, it's like at the top of the scale. It's like, that is, I think, in degrees Celsius, if I'm not mistaken. We're up around 31 degrees, 32 degrees Celsius. That's hot. That's like being in a heated pool. And it's floating right around in there. And it's slowed down to like 6 or 7 miles an hour. We'll see what the latest forecast is. Yep, that's in degrees centigrade. See right there? Degrees centigrade. We can't change that. But we have a formula for, yeah. So that's 30, and that's 32. I would say that's 31. Computer. No. Alexa. No. Siri. 31 degrees Celsius is what degrees in Fahrenheit? There you go. Let's. 87.8 degrees. So in all practical terms, that's 88. Thank you. Thank you, Siri. Thank you, Siri. Thank you. It types out, thank you, Siri. 88 degrees. Yo! It's hot. 29 degrees is, so but it's right there in that 88 degree water. which is as hot as it goes on this chart. And so it's gonna stay down there for a while, and it's gonna get really, really storm home. This is Melissa. This is an app called Hurricane, and so you press the arrow, and then everything below here. Look at this. This is an 8 a.m. update. The movement is west-northwest at 2 miles an hour. So it is slowed down. It's just sitting there over that hot water, and that 88-degree water, because that circulates. You see, you got a defined eye now. It's right. Yeah, it's real, boy, it's right there. Yeah. I'll show you on the other one where the eye is. But this right here is, whoops. What happened to I'm gonna snap myself. You know, the touch screens are touchy. Look at that for a scientific word. Crap. Come on, baby. I don't think I want storm miles. I want to be here. You see this right here? Unheard of. See, the cone of uncertainty is a circle. I say he's just going to hang around there and beat the crap out of Jamaica. It's west-northwest, 2 miles an hour, which in 24 hours is how many feet? Oh, God. That's 48. Yeah, so that'd be 40. It'd go 50 miles in a whole day, and go to like a hurricane. It's gonna go hurricane 2, 3, 4. It's gonna strengthen. It's gonna be a massive thing. I just touched the hurricane button down there, and we see Melissa. I think we can just go down here. You can see that thing rotating. Oh my God, watch this. And then all of a sudden, and if you sit back from it a little bit, you only get 2 views of that. So they're trying to sell you something. I think I already have it. So I want to see the infrared one. Where's that? Nestor is the next. They give you the next 3 names. Yeah, I don't want the next 3 names. Let's see. Yeah. There's a satellite loop. This is this, which I've never seen a circle like that in my. Let's see, that's right below Cuba. It's definitely below Cuba. It's not only that, it's hovering right. Well, we can measure the different distance from different things. We'll do that in a minute. I can do that with live radar. Oh, yeah. So, that's it. We pretty much, I think I got that, didn't I? Talking so. Yeah, there it is. I'll put a heart on that one. And we'll click this. And we'll touch crop. because we don't need to see that. And we'll leave that the way it is. We'll go here. If I make it a little bit not so, we'll come right over here. So there we go. Read Dominican Republic. And we'll hit save. We'll come back here. We're in adjust. Let's touch that. You're watching me digitally edit this sucker. There we go. Perfect. Now you can see Jamaica. You can see Haiti, Dominican Republic. If it does the typical loop, we could be right in the line of that, but it's not doing anything. In fact, they show it fading, going northwest for a while. It's actually going, what was the declared? I knew I should have done this. What had happened? All right, let's go back to this. There we go. We want to look at this right here because this tells us it's the 8 a.m. update. So we go ahead and put that right in that corner. It's going 2 miles west-northwest. They don't tell you the degrees. That's okay. 50-mile-an-hour sustained winds. So it's just a little puppy right now. But I guarantee you that sucker is going to get hot. I'll go ahead and move my what do you call it over there. And I think we're good to say that is. No, I guess we want to do a little touch of the ink pen here. This is Melissa. We'll got a little box around that, and then we'll put a little box around this, the maximum sustained wind business. There we go. Thank you very much. Kind of went through the center location with the actual degrees of 14.3 north, 73.5 west. There we go. I screwed up my I was doing there we go. This is live TV, folks. Yep. Right there. Tropical cyclone. It is cyclonic. It is rotating counterclockwise. It's getting close to the equator. It's down here into Costa Rica. You're talking, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua, Belize. They're all, there are a lot of bad guys hanging out there because they're getting chased out of the USA. As soon as things calm down, they'll try to sneak back in somehow. I don't think they're going to climb the fence, though. All right, this is, we're still live on the hurricane app. Let's touch that and then keep going down. That shows you the wind business. There you go. So this, is now giving a northwest oblong-ish, pace. Might as well, I'm doing print screens of these. Keep it simple. I'll cut down on the width. That way it shows bigger up on the display. All right, let's, there's the rain. It's going to be a lot of rain. Talking 30 inches of rain. I mean, that purple is definitely a lot of rain. And if you miss the middle of that, then it comes down to 20 inches of rain. It was 30, 20, 16, 12. Anything 12, I mean, God. That means the whole storm is delivering a lot of water. And let's see, if I click this one, does it take me to, no, I want to see, all right. Let's click on this one. It doesn't do anything. Well, let's hit Storm Graphics. This could be it. The circular motion is getting more defined. This is what I want to see. The infrared, look at that. Ooh! So you see, that's influence right animation. Infrared satellite animation. That is exactly what we got here. And it is, it's like reforming its eye. It ain't going anywhere. That baby is almost stalled. There's a word for that when it stalls. Unfortunately, I don't have a clue what the word is. All right, there you go. There we go. Save the photos. That's a mean looking one. And there you see a circle. That means it could go in any direction. It has no clue where this thing is going after 2 o'clock Monday. 2 a.m. Monday, it's balls in the air. Well, actually, what will happen by Monday, this is, my God, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in 3 more days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. In 3 days, they say it's going to be right in the middle of that thing that's a circle. Because the cone is a circle, and then the wider with the dots, that's another circle. So it's going in any one of those directions. That's like crazy unbelievable. Let's do a print screen of that. So when I do my next, as I do this broadcast, there you go. That is, so we saw the infrared. The modeling you saw, it looked like a spaghetti ball. Let's look at the European modeling. All of them. Here, this is the American. Whose is this? Localized 6 Zulu by Alex Borman. He put this together. It starts there, and then from there, How would you like to make a forecast with that model? That is the problem. That's why it's a circle. Because the computer model doesn't have a clue. Whatever's going on in the upper atmosphere and everything, all this stuff I don't know what I'm talking about. Is this the European or the American? Oh, crap. It should tell you. All right, let's get over here and go to a print screen so we can show how nice these two modelings compare. And we just, whoops. It'll come up there, come down here. We'll leave the full width of this thing so it shows it goes to South America. I mean, this thing can go anywhere. That's what I wanted to show you. That's why that circle, that's why it's a circle. Because they don't know where it's going. I have in-depth study, watch this. So that's where it shows it's in the hot water. It's in the hottest water there is for the Panamanian, ecosphere. NOAA Reef Watch sea surface temperatures. Yeah, this is where they have a print screen. So on the right, the scale tells you the number of degrees in Celsius. And on the left, it shows you the longitudinal, latitudinal marking. We're going to leave that caption there on top.
It's 10 o'clock.
Because it shows us that it's in degrees Celsius. When we see 22, 24, 26, 28. And we determine that 31 degrees is 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's 87.8. 88 is close enough. Oh, I want to show you what else on in depth. Where is it? Preview graphics. Let's try it again. It has to load and all this stuff. More information. You can still show it here. Facebook just said goodbye. No, I unplugged it. Sorry. Let me just get rid of this. New graphics. New animation. An hour. Melissa. Headlines. Slow moving, yes, I'll say. 2 miles an hour, you're pretty slow. There it is, tropical storm. It becomes a Category 1 hurricane Saturday evening at 8 o'clock. 75 mile an hour. Sunday, the next day, which is also the hurricane is basically stalled again right below Jamaica. Can you imagine? It's going to wash out Jamaica. Poor Jamaica. They've got to batten down because the sucker's headed for them and it's just going to stay there. It's oscillating at 2 miles an hour. Yep. We'll do a little print screen of that. I'll show it to you in just a flash. Just a minute. So you're stuck with a full screen of me. This is a 7-day track. Yeah, marvelous. We don't need to read that. We'll go ahead and leave that date right there. All right. Put this back on the, what do you call it? Let's get plugged back in. I can and find there it is. Boing. All right. There we go. Came back. Sorry about that. Yeah. Watches and warnings. Current wind. There you go. Still 50 miles. All the bad stuff's like hanging behind it. Yeah, so you have to move over. See, it doesn't know it's going. It goes this way, then it goes that way, then it says it's going to go that way, but it's probably going to go more north. I'm a little worried about this one. This is the likelihood, probability of storm force winds over 40 miles an hour. So that's miles an hour. The graphics above. This is the probability of, so this is in percent. So it's a 90% chance. There's a 100% chance anything that's in the middle of that purple. Yeah, you're in it. So you can see the different colors. When it gets to the green, that's a 5 to 10% chance it'll head and, that you're going to get at least, some tropical force winds over 30 over, 20 miles an hour and above. Mm-hmm. There we go, let's do that one. It could head south, but I'm just going to cut it short. And I'll keep this full graphic in there. You're watching live broadcast here. Whoops. Watch out. It starts drawing stuff. So which way is it going? It's a big scribble. No one knows. So I'm not going to tell you which way it's going. But things that have come up through this way, it shows the previous track, past tracks, which is more than the previous one, and the current track is, they all have the same little swirl there. Probably has to do with the mountains. In Jamaica, it's not flat. It has mountains that go up, 1,000 feet. It doesn't go up like 10,000 feet, but it goes up like 1,200 feet or something. So it's not flat terrain. So when the storm goes over that, it gets a little verblunget is the word in the Yiddish language. Verblunget. Yeah. Number 3 is elevated. There's an elevated risk that between Dominican Republic and Jamaica, they're going to get wet. I'm just going to leave that right there with the name. And that is there we go. Half of Cuba is going to get wet. Let's save that photo. Oh, here's that rain thingy. Yeah. All right, ready and go. Here is what's going on with Melissa. Yeah. Rainfall. pull that down a little bit. Pull that over a little bit. This is it. Like I said, this is live television, guys. All right. High and moderate. Rip currents. Boca Raton's going to get some rip currents. You see that red right there. It's going to get real nasty. There's Florida. And there is Melissa, according to NOAA. That's how this is. Is there a time date stamp on this thing? October 22nd. Yeah. So this is where we're headed with this sucker. And they don't know where it's going, but it's kind of going to go this way. Ugh. I know, it's hard. I mean, I'm not trying to be a forecaster. I'm just trying to read the best. This is a good place to go because you see the NOAA stamp there. In the Regional Weather Service is the stamp in the very most corner. And the NOAA stamp is right next to it. NOAA. National. Come on, you can figure it out. Let's save this photo. We'll do an expando on there. It's the National Oceanographic Association. NOAA. Storm home. So that's it for Melissa. We have a circle on the chart. I swear to God, I've been doing this for a while. At least almost 500 broadcasts I have. And I always take a look at this one if there's any tropical stuff near us. So the people that listen or could listen, they can see what's going on. I kind of explain it as much as I can. Never seen a circle. That means the computer models are so divergent that they'll just do a little expando. And they could go anywhere in that circle, in the outer circle. So at 8 a.m., the same thing at 5 a.m. they didn't know. It's the same circle. This is Intermediate Advisory 4A. There'll be another one at 11, by the way. 8, 9, 10, 11. They'll skip 3 hours. They don't skip 3 hours. They live 3 hours past, which is it's 10, 11. So we only got 49 minutes to go. So in 49 minutes, whoosh, they're going to blast out another one of these because it's almost getting on to 11. Yeah, I've been chatting here 44 minutes. I haven't gotten off Melissa. This is a Simulcast. This is a Simulcast with YouTube Live and X, whatever the hell they call that, Twitter Live. Yeah, look at this. Looks like an unhappy. So here's my graphs. These are all the print screens that we extracted from that Hurricane app. This is the advanced graphics. You see where the 3s are. That means elevated. Just in case you're wondering what the 1, 2s, and 3s are. The 3s are elevated, the 2s are guarded, and the 1s are low. low risk of being impacted. At the moment, they say Miami is low. But Miami, for the first time, since they've been doing these things for Melissa, they actually show Miami in there as a 1. So, this sucker is, if it's not going to hit the southern tip of Florida, it's going to get close. We're going to get wet. And they don't tell you when on this particular graphic. So, and also don't show where this hurricane is. It's down here, down the very bottom. I should get my pen out. There we go, pen. Do a little red. And just, yeah. I don't like that. We're gonna back. There we go, get rid of that. We'll do another one. Here we go.
It's 10:15.
There you go. That's the lopsided hurricane sign. Yeah. That's as good as I can do. That's good enough for hand grenades. They show you it's something way down there, but it doesn't know where it's going. But they seem to think it's going northerly. If I were trying to interpret anything off of this graph. There you go. It's going sideways and then it's going to start heading north. Here's a graphic showing you, as of 8 o'clock, 2200 hours, 2205, based on data from the National Hurricane Center. Okay. They did, they produced a graph that shows where this is going between Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they're saying on Sunday it turns to a hurricane. Let's see. We'll find out how true that is. Because we got them recorded. There you go. Yep, there's the little, it looks like a 6 and a 9 overlapping. It's the hurricane symbol. Yeah. There it is with the hot water. There's a tracking it down where the hell it's going. So somehow or other they average that and come out with this black line. And that's where the National Hurricane Service has decided that it may go. May. There's no certainty on this. Yeah. Here's another model. And you can see that black line is different than this one. It says it zigzags around a little bit and it heads north. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. So this you can see at 2 a.m. Monday, it looks like it's heading west again. If it keeps going west, it's good. It just misses, which is good. But if it starts heading northwest, little infrared photography where you can see the formation of the eye. It's reformed the eye. It can do that 2 or 3 times as it matures. There's the probability of the winds. Everything purple. We're talking the maximum sustained winds that the previous chart said, which is 50-mile-an-hour winds. Here's the 8 a.m. advisory. The winds are 50 miles an hour, the sustained winds. So everything around that eye is going 50 miles an hour, 40 miles, 40, 45, 50 miles an hour. And it's moving west-northwest 2. West-northwest, meaning it's just bobbling around there as a 8 a.m. West-northwest of 2. It's sitting in a tub of hot water, and it is just intensifying like crazy. It's going to get real strong. Now, I don't know about upper air currents and all that kind of stuff, and the dust from Africa. There are all kinds of mitigating factors that that sear off the top, and I haven't heard any of them saying that there's any ambient weather that would interfere with this formation. Now there are systems up there that move around, low pressure and high pressure thingies, which could tend to move this one way or the other. I hope not. I don't want to be moved without knowing where the hell we're going. There's the Winfield, and there's 8 a.m. advisory. I did this a couple times. There we go. That's everything. That's all the news I plucked out around this. Melissa, you need to keep an eye on that because next week we may be getting wet. The question is, do we get wet and dangerous winds along with wet? Depending on how close it gets to us, or if it heads over us, directly. Wow. That would be a trick, huh? Estimated delivery between 12 and 2. Okay. There we go. It's out for delivery. At 9:32 a.m., it is out for delivery. This is the news as we know it. I sold some computer equipment, and I'm replacing it with newer, improved with the M5 chip. So I keep upgrading this stuff so it doesn't get stale. Because stale means the value drops like a rock. So, estimated delivery. Doesn't say, it says out for delivery. So, depending on where that truck is, there's some app that actually tracks these vehicles on where the hell they are. Let's check. What's our blood sugar say? Really, 129? Let's check the watch, see if it agrees with that. This information flies around through the same apps. But, there you go. It peaked when I had a piece of the, I asked Marilyn to get me a loaf. Well, I was at the Publix with Marilyn. I said, let's get a loaf of banana bread. See how they make banana bread. So I got a loaf of banana bread. So I ate a big piece of it at around 8 o'clock. And you can see that it went over 200 for a while. There you go. It only goes. It's only my watch shows a better graph than that does. There you go. Let's do a print screen. Oops. Can I get a print screen of this? Doesn't seem so. There we go. Now I'll show you the graph that the watch gives me. So we'll go back to pictures and do it here. And go to the top. Let's make sure it's Dow Jones is going up and down, and it's at minus 123. That's your interesting. You're sipping tea with me, right? This is something you can just have your headphones on and listen to Epidemic in the background. Hear Jimmy jibber jabber about whatever. Home. I have last night I connected a camera. Let's see if we have a home app on HOME. Homer. All right, let's go to the App Store and do a search. HOME. Damn it. This is live television. Not Home Depot. You want home. Should be blue. Some of these others are. That's Google Home. Home. You want to have a blue home? That's the way it is on my phone. All right, let's see what the best choices here. Home. Lifestyle home, no. Homescape, no. Home collection. Home planner, home. Interesting, huh? How about home app? Oops, I turned everything off. Come on, baby. Come on back. All right. The Google Home app. Let's try that one. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. Nest. This is right here. I want this one. Just open it. It's on the. It's on the. This, I haven't logged in with this. There we go. We'll use the passkey, whatever that means. All right, Google. Let's select that. It's using face recognition. Okay, we already have some access, so we're going to continue, and we should be done. There we go. It's trying to get the. I don't think I have that set up correctly, but it's trying to get the picture. It's going for the camera and the internet. Is it going to permit at 10:39 a.m. 10:31 a.m. Excuse me. Anyway. Giving you a blurry picture because it's not sure. It's trying to log into the network. All right, the temperature in the living room is 72. The master bedroom is 73, which is right on top of our cadrenza, I believe, over my head, sort of. The guest room is 69. That's a nice cool area. Refrigerator is 47. Where's the freezer? Oh, here it is. Freezer is. Hey, look at that. There's the picture. Well, that's okay, right? I got where Marilyn sits in there, and then I sit over here. So now I just have to tilt it a little bit more. I got to turn it. It's not quite balanced right. I need to do a little twist. it's pointing in the right direction. I have another camera coming today, replacing the one that's no good anymore. I have a couple. I'm not going to replace them all. Just replacing one. I mean, I could get a camera for the. We'll see where we're going to put this camera. It's wired, meaning that it gets power from a USB source. So I can figure that out. And I thought I was going to have to replace the camera that's sitting in my living room that we're looking at right now. See, that's a high definition picture. I can touch on it and get a full screen. Now you can see full screen. You know, the other way you saw. Here, let's go full screen for you. There we go. So now, there is no cat in view. He normally sleeps on that pillow that you see right there, just north of that orange. That's my boo. It has boo written on it, like, and it's got ghosts. And so my boo mug is there, and my pumpkin mug is here, which I have my warm tea, and I'm going to add me back in. There you go. So this is the other cup, see, with a pumpkin on it. Yeah. This black band is like rubber, and sometimes this thing feels slippery. But when you grab it with that rubber, your hands will not slip and drop this. You got to grab on the rubber, you're good. Or if you grab this metal stuff, it could slip out of your hand. So I have it so it will not. It will not slip out of your hand. I got the camera faced in the correct direction because we're generally in this area, and so I think I've sent the link to everybody in the family so they can zoom in. They can look at that camera. Yeah. So anybody I send the link to with the password, they can actually see inside our house and see that camera. There's going to be another one set up right up here. It has a very strong magnetic mount, which will stick on hopefully the slide of the frame of the doors here. I'll have to figure out where I'm going to put it. I have a camera placed on the window. There was some like double sticky stuff, double stick tape, which you could use, and I placed the camera right on that window. We'll see what comes in the box. But that shows a nice view. You can see, a little bit of detail there. You can almost read some of the stuff that's on that mug. Can I expand open? I can. Look at that. So there's my razor thing with the blade, the razor blade holder, cutter, that kind of thing for opening up a box. So that's not a cat. That's a blanket that Marilyn has laid over the leather part of that couch, and the cat jumped over there, and his feet got on it and pushed it off. But it's it's an old couch. You can see the wear, wear and tear. Yeah. Hand cream. There's something in that zipper case. Probably a pair of glasses. That purple thing is a little squirt thing that you'd squirt plants with. I have it handy because if the cats get unruly, they don't like to be squirted. They run like crazy. So instead of, raising your voice or any of that kind of stuff, I just give them a little squirt. No, mustn't do. I wave my finger and I go squirt, squirt. And they're gone. All right, that's a good picture. It shows the time up in the very top at 11:39:41. How does that compare? 47, 48, 49, 50. All right, this clock is a couple seconds slow. Yeah, sorry. What I got coming today? My picture right there. There's my orders. Oh, that's coming tomorrow. Okay, it's coming Thursday. Hasn't shipped yet. Yeah, I don't want to get all that bracket business. A whole bunch of Google stuff. Google has look at that too. You get 6 cameras for $800. Yeah, you gotta buy a lotto. So here, at 25, that's the brackets. No, thank you. So, we'll get back out of that because that camera's not coming till tomorrow. And my eye stuff didn't come till tomorrow. Friday I get another bottle of that Lipo. I take a lot of those, so it goes 150 of them in a bottle. They fill the bottle up pretty good. November, look at this. Look what's coming to us. There you go. That's the 8-inch version with the base, so you can adjust the angle, so forth. So I'm going to remove the globe that's sitting there and replace it with this thing. And that way, when you say, "What's the weather?" it's going to show it on there. You can do a video call with anyone else that has one of those things. So that's pretty cool, yeah. So it's replacing one of my globes. This order is the unit, and this order is the stand. If you're wondering, that looks weird. Let's go back. Yeah. So one's coming the 13th. What's coming the 13th? 13th? Yeah, November. I'll review this order. Yeah, so the stand comes one day before. Order placed on the 16th. And the delivery date, which is the opening date for this device. Arriving November 13th. October, so it's like a month. The package hasn't gone anywhere yet, I don't think. Ordered. Yeah. See all orders. So one is Arriving Friday. Oh, that's my bill. My bill that relieves my. Look at this. I got 5 things in the basket. I never pushed the button on this. I just get 2 of those. 1 of those. 6 pounds, yeah. Look at that little card there. It holds a tetrabyte for $100. That's crazy. So when you, I guess it's a different seller. 200 megabytes per second speed. Have the different views. This is a high-speed reader. A lot of these cameras can take a lot of frames per second. And you can see, $119. You get different prices. Look at that, 200 gigabytes for $35. New. Let's add the card. Let's see what it looks like. No protection, thank you very much. Just looking at the stuff here. Let's see what this is all about. The card reader. This Santa's card reader. Takes both of those. A premium aluminum enclosure. There's a selling point. USB-C. USB-C. That's the port. All those wires are in that little doodad. Yeah. That's it. That's what you want to make sure. USB-C. You can lock it with a cable and keep it safe so they don't walk off with it. Stackable design, so you can have, 5 of them if you want. Holds different kinds of, 3 different readers. Yeah, those are different readers. The top one is the one. This is, there's a 1.5 terabyte card. For what? What now? It's A1 instead of A3, so probably a little slower. Let's see, up to 150 megabytes per second throughput. There's actually a controller in there. Not only the memory, but the controller. There used to be, in the olden days of computer, 40 years ago, when you bought an Apple computer, for example, you would have a controller card, and then you'd have the card itself and a card reader. The card reader. So you'd have the controller. The card reader would plug into the controller, and then you stick the card in the card reader. So the controller was not inside the disk like it is here. That's why that throughput is there, that up to 150 megabytes per second. Capital B, that would be bytes. Small b would be bits. 8 bits to a byte. C10, which I don't know what that means. U1, so that's the ultra thing. Full HD, A1. That's a slower card. And for the slower, so it's like 30 or 40% lower in price. Because this card, you see, it's U3. C10, that's a new bracket. 200 megabytes per second, faster. You want that 3 on there. And you want that V30 on there. This way the controller card, the controller that's part of this card, can handle enough. That's what determines how fast these things read and write. Built to handle harsh conditions. In other words, if you drop it in the water, there's a chance it'll shock-proof, magnet-proof, temperature-proof, waterproof, and X-ray proof. Yeah. I would pull my cards out before I'd put it through an X-ray. Now, they probably X-ray it even when it goes under the planes, so they can see what's in there. When you flip this little thing up and down, if you flip it down, it locks it so you can't write on it. It'd be read-only, which is what you want to do when you pull the card out of the camera. You want it read-only so that no one changes. Now, if you're in the law enforcement, you pull that card out of the camera, it gets checked into the crime scene photo lab, because instead of a roll of film, you got a card, and that's evidence. So that has to be logged. There has to be a chain of custody, and that gets logged into the police department as evidence. Yeah. Then it goes to the crime lab, and they'll read the card. They'll make sure that switch is down. Now the photographer, the crime scene photographer, is supposed to toggle that down before he hands it off to the crime lab, which is a procedure for that. It has to be in someone's hands at all times. So you time, date, stamp, everything. Make sure there are no gaps, because evidence has to be secure. Has to be in the hands, at least until it's picked up, has to be in the hands of a law enforcement guy, and he signs for it, which means he has it, and the chain of custody is you. There you go. So now I can do a little expando if I need to. professional card reader. There's a 500 megabyte card. A lot of the devices are maxed out at 500. So you might buy a tetrabyte card and it won't work in your camera. That would be annoying. I know a lot of them go up to 512. Question is, do they go to 1024 gigabytes? They probably do, because they have these cameras take big, pictures with a lot of pixels. The more pixels, the more resolution. And when you there you go. When you go through these pictures, you can see this is full HD, 1920 by 1080, HK and UHD compatible. So they're making these cards. I mean, a little dent, the memory is a little dent inside the card. You think it's like some huge thing, it's not. It's small. See the number 5 there? It's probably smaller than the number 5 on the card. That's why they had the little tiny thing, because that's really all the space you need. It's just, this is big enough so that it's a big plastic thing that fills the slot. Yeah. So if you're trying to back up this computer, I think I have enough devices to do that. So if you want to back up something else, like an iPhone, back up to the iPhone, 500 gigabytes would do it, because this is only taking up. As we're talking about it. Delete that. Whoops. I'm going to put that save for later. All right, so we found the seller. So we're going to delete this one. There we go. So I'll need 2 of those. Instacart, Maryland's added items. This is currently unavailable. This is only 10 left. There's the microphone. Whoops, that's an extra. Yeah. I gotta figure out which. I need 2 colors. I think it's cyan and yellow. And I have to check the thing, and then I gotta check this box to see if I have any, and are they compatible? The cheap ones, the inexpensive ones, they're not made by Brother, they're made for Brother. No good. When you get one of these refills, it has to be a genuine. See, Brother is genuine cartridge. This is 3 of them for $200. $217. That's better than $400, for one. But you multiply them by 3. That's 3 times $1, 117, 118. That'd be 360 less 2, $358. Instead of $217. So obviously, if you want the all the colors except for black. This is a set of 3. Right, so you're getting cyan, magenta, and yellow. It's a set. So if you got one color that's not going to need to be replaced yet, you'll have an extra box of that sitting around. But 2 of them are low in this printer behind me. Very low. And I think it's cyan and... No. It's 2 of the 3 colors for some reason. This is an Anker 100-watt 3-port little plug-in doodad. Which I saved as a potential item to add to our orders. See, there's all 4 of them, brother. That includes the black cartridge. And that's what, $288. This one doesn't include black. This set includes black. So for an extra $70, you get the black one. If you bought it by itself, it'd be $117. So you get 3 for 2, and you get 4 for 3. So it's cheaper if you buy the set. So we'll all get the set of 3. It's a black cartridge I just bought. It's in there. This is a Thunderbolt 5 cable. I didn't even know there was a Thunderbolt 5. It also works with Thunderbolt 4. And it's USB-C. And they, manufacture these cables. This is good because it has, a little extra support around where the cable goes into the plastic thing. There's a chipset in there that controls the signal or that controls the charging. You can get up to 240 watts going through there. Whoops. So that's a good thing. Here we go, 2 meter black, 6.5 feet, round numbers. So Rode, I got 3 of those, so I don't need this stuff. This is a long cord. Oh, this is flexible 6-foot Thunderbolt. 40 gigabyte cable, 240 watt, 40 gigabits per second. That's what that cable is rated at. This is a 1 meter. It's 20 gigabits. See, it's a small B. Gigabits instead of gigabytes, so you divide that by 8 to get the gigabytes. Up to 5 gigabits per second. I wouldn't call that super fast, but it covers the full spectrum of audio. have these Sony XM6. They are really quite good. It's a big step. The 5 to the 6, it's worth the step. Yep. Give the 5s to keep them as a backup. Or if you already have backup, give the backup to one of your grandchildren or something. Or put it in a box and give it to somebody. And get the 6. Yep. It's a worthy. iPhone is asking, see what's going on here. Oh, I gotta answer this. Hello? Hey, did you get my fax? Yeah. Well, how about the other sources, like GoodX and all that? Okay, we'll go ahead and put the order through to Publix, and I'll figure out how to pay for it. Go ahead. Right, they do pay. Old one. Well, they are. I know that. They are paying for the old one. Yeah. We didn't know if they're paying for the new one because we need to get the prescription from you before Publix will check it. Well, it's being denied by the insurance. It's not being denied by the. So put it through anyway, and I'll pay for it without insurance. So you put it through the free stock. Well, if I have a script for it, they can give it to me. So if you gave them the script, the last time I spoke to. Okay, for the 3 Plus. All right. Don't get fussy with me. I'm just making sure. Yeah. Right. Okay, so as long as I have the script, I'll figure out what to do with it. I'll either not fill it, and just stay with the other prescription, because the new prescription doesn't kill the old one. It's just another script. So I'll either fill it or not, depending on how I can get, what the numbers are. Yeah, they may change over to that, like with the year end, January 1st. A lot of them wait till next year so that's why I want the script on record. So if the insurance finally comes through, I can get it that way. Or since you have the script in there are other ways, like GoodRx and all that kind of stuff. Because sometimes they'll pay when United Healthcare won't. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I appreciate you reacting to my facts. It's the only way I can get to you guys unless I call, and that's too aggravating. Need to do what? That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. How do I get to that? The portal. Okay, do that. Perfect. Yeah, it's like my phone number. That's it. How cool is that, huh? Yeah. 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 Perfect. Thank you very much. And thanks for being patient with me. Damn. Okay, wham, bam, goodbye, ma'am. All right, well, we got that on live. You heard half the conversation. Sometimes it's tough to talk. That was Dr. Lubin's office. And she was getting a little cranky with me. I got through it, though. Yeah. 11:09 a.m. The weather is... So we got the 11 a.m. advisory. That's the circle, so they don't know where it's going. And my blood sugar is 125. That's good. You know, you got to keep track of all this stuff. If you're not keeping track of all this stuff, you got to get with it. Because your health is important. You don't take care of your health. Yeah. I got a lot of, a few months I'm 81. So I'm over 80. Still kicking. And part of the reason I'm still kicking is I'm taking, I'm not taking a lot of medicine. I take a baby aspirin, 82 milligram aspirin, acetylsalicylic acid. The baby aspirin. Not acetaminophen. That's Tylenol. No, this is a baby aspirin, acetylsalicylic acid. And I'm not it's it's a long word, acetylsalicylic acid. How about that? It's a very complex molecule, but it is very healthy to take either one in the morning and one at night, or just one in the morning, depending on, if you get a lot of bruises and all that, you don't want to take a lot of, you don't want to take the 350 milligram aspirin, which is the standard dose if you're not a baby. 14 days, 30. So you can take 4 of these. If you want that 300 milligram, a full strength aspirin, I have a lot of those, high up in our shelves, because Marilyn has a stent, and I don't think they want her taking a full aspirin with a stent. So you don't want to. Now, the acetylsalicylic acid tends to be an anticoagulant, and it also interferes with your what do you call it? Interferes with the fibrinogen, which is the active ingredient in blood, fibrinogen, to make it clot and to make some fibrous connections over your wound if you get a cut, so that it seals up your skin. Your skin is an important ingredient. as weak as your skin gets when you get a little older. It's not leathery. It gets thin, and I mean, you can give yourself a little cut with with no energy at all. Yeah. So, fibrinogen. So if you take too much aspirin, the fibrinogen doesn't lock in, and the blood won't clot as well. So you tend to be like a bleeder. They call that a bleeder. So a bleeder, they don't want to, that's why surgeries will tell you, don't take aspirin, even baby aspirin, for a couple of days before surgery. Because when they're in there doing what they're doing, they want to make sure there are no leaks. Yeah. I'm serious. Let's see what the New York Post has to say. We can come down here. We go up to the menu and we go all the way bottom to where it says covers. Now, if my mother was alive, she'd go to crosswords. But rest her soul. Whoops. I don't know why that happens. It's like when I touch certain things, the screen goes dark. Let's be fair. Former ESPN host. My daughter shouldn't have to play trans athletes in New York City youth basketball. All right, that's what she's saying. This is a cover of the New York Post. It's like a booklet, kind of a newspaper. This is the back cover. You flip it over one way and you got like sports stuffy. The bus stops here. Woody throws Field under it. Woody throws Fields under it while praising winless Glenn. If you're a sports guy, you probably know what that means. It's a little bit bigger here. We couldn't just pass. It would it would look good. There's Woody Johnson. If we couldn't just complete a pass, it would look good. No shit. Oh, sorry. We can go back to covers here and do an expand. See, there's a big one there. I'll do a print screen on this one. There we go. We're doing... The print screen is created by pushing the side button and the volume up button, I guess it is. The two buttons that are closest together, one on the side and one on the top. The first button you come across, this iPad is laying sideways. Anyway, so we're going to save that to photos. There we go. We're looking at three things at once. And we can go back to this. Here's Tuesdays. They're trying to get this guy to get out of the race because he's taken 10 or 12% of the vote away from the other candidate. The polls show Andrew Cuomo may have a chance to beat Mandami. God Mandami. Oh God, he's socialist, racist. He is bad. And New York City, a majority of because he's promising crap he can't deliver. And these people that are uninformed, they just hear the promise. Because that's the headline. ABC, NBC, CBS, and all the papers that they own, they all preach the same crap. Sorry, the word. But Zoran Mamdani, which is the way his name is spelled, Mamdani. That's a 3-syllable name. Mamdani. Mamdani. Like Danny. Hello, Danny. For Dan. So this is Mamdani. Zoran Mamdani. Remember that, it's Danny. It's not Dammy. It's Mamdani. You try that and say that name 3 times fast. Oh my God. Now that would be so disastrous if that actually could happen. There's been such an outrage with this character. Yeah, everyone's listening to him, you know. They don't want the murder that's in there now because he just follows the lead of the president. If the president is Democratic. And otherwise, he just follows the lead of the majority leader. See, we don't know, but the current mayor, who is up for election next week or whatever, in 9 days, whenever, the first Tuesday in November. Anyway, but they're trying to get rid of this guy, which he runs every year. This guy right here. Sliwa. Get out. He runs, he collects money. He runs every year, every 2 years. He's never been elected. He's a former law enforcement guy. So this, there's nothing wrong with him. It's just that, there you go. I wanted to get it right centered so what you can see. Because you got, on one half, and my iPad is the other half. So when I do the print screens, I want to get them in the middle. Or I just go to this app because it's actually designed for an iPhone picture. So we can go back and look at some of the other ones. They did this, so this is like, this one here is the first time they showed this jihad guy. So they decided to do it again. World Trade Center, that's what WTC stands for. If you're a New York guy, that would be more obvious. WTC is World Trade Center victims. Those victims are blasting Mamdani for cozying up to terror-linked anti-gay imam. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with all these people that are not indigenous to the United States. Get them the hell out of here. Jesus. Some of the military people call them towel heads. Because they got these towels wrapped up around their head. I don't know what the reason for that is. They say it keeps your head cool in a hot climate. I think we already got a picture of that girl. Let's see what my photo album says. Yeah, we want these. We want the heart. We want these pictures as favorite. So you just click this heart doodad. It comes up in the favorites album if things otherwise don't. There we go. These pictures usually look, see, she looks a little washed out. I'm going to, look at that, a little magic push on that button. And I'm just going to turn up the blacks a little bit so they don't look gray. That's a black outfit. See, it shows gray. Now it's gray. And we'll just hit that second vibrance. This is saturation. And we'll just add vibrance and see what it does to her hair and her skin. I'll take it off. You can see the skin becomes not so colored, and then you do a little vibrance. Let's just do 3/4 on the vibrance. And I don't know if I can do any, let's do a little saturation, see what happens. You see it gets very saturated. That's actually not bad right there. It comes through better when you're looking at it. The vibrance is like a little fine tuning. So I'll leave that at 50% because we turned up. And we turned up. For sure, wait a minute, let's get back here. We need to check the color temperature. I think the background needs to be near white. So now the saturation is too much. We need to back off the saturation because we changed the blue level. We got rid of the blues big time. So now we got to turn the saturation down because that, look at that. That looks like orange. She would not be happy with that. She would look pretty good. That right there looks like perfect skin tone to me. You can always change it. It saves these results. So that's the New York Post. You can see the full piece of that on your side. There's my blood sugar as of 10:27. That's an hour ago. Here, we need to do the same thing here. So I hit the auto adjust first. Then I'm going to come down here to, I can do shadows and get rid of the shadows. That'll deepen the blacks. And then turn up the black point. And then we have to jiddle with this, the bright color. So we're going to get right there, neutral. And then we're going to turn up the, we got the vibrance. We're trying to get some color into this guy's face. He's wearing a blue suit. At least he's got a suit and tie on. And then the next thing we want to do is we're going to do a little expando thing and do a print screen on this so we can read this message. I'm not going to crop it totally because then I want the readers to understand this is part of that picture. The picture that's next to it. Hopefully it's next to it. It's not, but it's right there. It's one away. Shameful. We haven't altered that one. Let's go ahead and get after that one. And the black's all the way up. And give everybody a little more color. There you go. That's enough. There we go. Put a heart on there. Put a heart on that one. Because we want to show these. And then this one needs to be adjusted probably. If there's any way of sharpening that up. we'll go to the sharpening tool and see what happens. Doesn't really help. How about some of these other adjustments? The white balance looks pretty good. I'll leave it right there. The black point. We'll go ahead and increase that. Shadows. We'll decrease shadows. Increase black. That's about it. That's all we can do for that. We went through all the hurricane stuff. For you older channel people, there's my, this is a picture, crop. You're going to get rid of all that. Otherwise we can't see what my stuff looks like. There we go. That's it. That's my vital statistics today. My blood pressure, look at it, 99 over 56. I've never been under 60, and I've never been under 100. After lunch today, I'm going to do my blood pressure again to make sure. I had a double registered nurse on the line. I should have asked her. She's good. She is outstanding. She gets a little impatient. So you can see these different things. My heart rate. Heart is pretty rapid at 8 o'clock in the morning. My blood pressure is there. Yeah. That's kind of good. Everything seems to be flowing around through my, taking all my supplements and things. My glucose is 140. That's, it goes between 100 and 200. So 140, 130, gets down to 110, by evening time. So I'll have lunch, it'll go up to 180, and then it'll come back down to 30 or 40. Respiratory, that's that word right there, respiratory rate, instead of respiration rate, respiratory, is 20 and a half breaths per minute. Okay. See my average glucose. That's a good respiration. It could be, we go up to 22, 24 if you're running around the building, which of course I'm not going to do. Blood oxygen is at 90. I checked it twice. It's 90. That comes off my continuous glucose monitoring device, which I stuck in my belly this time instead of the back of my arm. I don't have enough fatty tissue in the back of my arm. Many people have big fatty arms. I don't have big fatty arms. So, but I still have a little bit of a tummy for some reason. Anyway, so those are my vitals today. But all vitals, all metrics are in range, and they would be characterized as typical. And that's it for today. And that's the 22nd. It's the 22nd of October. You see my little picture show here. Yeah, we got some headlines. I left my tagliatelle noodles out. Marilyn brought me home some fresh pasta. It's like 3 times the width of a fettuccine macaroni. Same width, same thickness, but 3 times the width. It's about an inch, like 3/4 of an inch wide. Your typical fettuccine noodles like a 1/4 inch wide, the thickness of half the thickness of a spaghetti noodle. Where spaghetti is, like a 3/16, an eighth in diameter. A round pasta, no hole in the middle. Squeezed through a brass or a bronze squeezer. This right here is a graphic. When did I produce this one? Wednesday morning. Okay. This is all the rainfall that is surrounding the actual hurricane. It's right in the middle of that picture. That dark dot is the center of rotation, just so you know. And for the record, let's see, I'm going to hit there, I'm going to hit, and I'm going to put a red dot where the eye is. It's right here. So I'm going to color that in with red. There we go, it created a perfect red dot. Okay. There you go. Now that's the center rotation. That red dot. Because I've seen this thing. You can see the rotation. It's actually a print screen right at the end of the time. It's a 2-day. Darn it. It's a 2-hour. Every 5-minute. Visual of this representation, which is the rainfall, not wind speed. It shows the rotation of all the clouds. It's interested in the moisture side of this equation. So we put the dot right where the center rotation is. And it's only going 2 miles an hour, so it's right there. Anyway, so that's good. I produced a nice looking dip. That's about as good as I can do. Yeah. There your dit. I guess I should put the dit in here too. If I can get it to do it. Let's try it again. Center rotation is right here. There, it did it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is there you go. That's not bad. I'll accept that. That's where the center rotation of the tropical storm is, and you can see the computer models are all over the place. It's going this way, it's going that way. So this black line is, this is all computer generated. This is all the, yeah, it's a mess. We might as well just prop this up a little tighter. The tighter we get, the more obvious it is that there's no way of predicting where the hell this thing's going. Whoops. Let's see, shadows. Turn those down. Turn the black point up. We'll get in here on the vibrance and make all those bands stand out. There we go. Now you can see the yellow. They don't know where this thing's going. They don't have a clue. The color temperature, let's come back this get a little of the blue out of there. There you go, right there. Those are all your models. They don't know where the hell it's going. Here the center rotation is where the purple is. 20 to 30 inches of rain if you're inside there. Yeah. That's another reason why they can't tell where the hell it's going. Because it's kind of flat. Melissa is expected to produce heavy rainfall across portions of the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Jamaica. So that is worthy of a box. So we do writing with that pen. There we go, red. So I'm gonna come on, baby, why is that? There we go. I had two fingers on there. I had a finger and my knuckle. If you're wondering why the whole thing moved. There we go. This is straighten out that box. There we go. See it right above. Advisory number 4, 5 a.m. That's when they wrote this article. This 1, 2, 3. Hurricane conditions are possible in the southwestern peninsula of Haiti, where the watch is in effect. A tropical storm watch is in effect for Jamaica. Preparations to protect life and property should be completed by Thursday. I'll circle that part. Even though my finger has a little wiggle to it. It's supposed to be a box. Boing. It brings everything together. So it's a box. Even though I had my sleeve got caught on the edge of my iPad keyboard. The Apple keyboard is magnificent. This keyboard cover costs $350. They don't give the sucker away, I'll tell you that. There is significant uncertainty. Let's just put a line under there. I'm going to expando that a little bit bigger. And I'm just going to put a straight line. My sleeve's getting caught again on the island pad. There we go. Track and intensity forecast of... I didn't put that in the right place. I just want to underline this. Whoops. You got to hold your finger under there to straighten the line. There is significant. Let's do this. Let's try something else. Let's do this. Let's try to connect it with this box. Perfect. So we got two boxes together. That's exactly what I wanted. There is significant uncertainty. Period. End story. Yeah. It's 11:45. My computer just told me we're going to accept that. There we go. This is the first time I've ever seen a circle on which way it's going. You can go anywhere. I can go this way, you can go that way. And you saw this. That is not certainty. That's a mess. They all seem to cross over this point. So there's a chance it's going to be right, we're 24, 34 knots. I guess that's 24 to 34 knots. So what I should do is do another line, but I'm going to change the color to yellow. That's a nice bright color. And let's just, can we do a yellow line with an arrow? That's about the best average and about as far as you can go. That's it. It's going that way. The black line is going that way because all those crazy scribbles, which are all the different computer models, they all agree up to that point that it's going to get up to about 48 knots, which is like 55 mile an hour winds. Sustained, I mean constant winds of, let's say, 50 miles an hour. And it gets to that point. It's only traveling at 2 miles an hour, so it takes a long time. Look at that. I mean, this right here tells you it's going to go from here to here until Friday, so that's Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days. It's traveling very slowly, 2-3 miles an hour. And it's over the hottest waters that you can possibly get in the Caribbean, everything. They're almost 90-degree waters. I mean, the whole frickin' ocean there is 88 degrees. I actually got a reading off one of the satellites. 87.8 degrees. There's an infrared looking at this whole structure of this storm. The eye is right in the middle. I could do another one of those dits with the pen. Let's make it red. Let's do a little expando. And the eye is right here. Thank you for a round dit. It even has a hole in the middle. I'll let it go like that. That's where the eye is. When you actually see it swirling, that's the eye is right there. The same thing when you look at the eye is right in the middle of that bunch of stuff. So you put this is the tops of these thunderstorms. Big, huge storms. Let's do the same treatment. Right here is the eye. I don't like an oblong one. Okay. Whoops. That looks good. Now I'll fill it in. There we go. That makes it a dot. Yeah, see, I did a big reverse pinch. So it's a small dot in relation to the whole picture. But that is the eye. It's not visible through the clouds. So I put the dot in there. It is now permanently embedded in that picture. No, we didn't put the dot here, but it's right in the middle of the. All right, we'll put another one in. People are telling me put it in, so we're gonna do an expando on it, and we're gonna a perfectly round dot. There we go. And now I'm going to color it in. I guess I don't want to. I could put wings on it, but we'll just leave it like that. I almost went outside the circle. I wonder if I colored good as a kid. Everyone told me I should have been a dentist. All right, we need to work on this one. Because the dot is the center. There we go. We don't want a hole in the middle. All right, so dot, dot, dot. There's the infrared. There's the visible light one. The sun is really low, running right over that's why you can almost see shadows. The tops of these clouds are so high, they're probably, see, that's when they reach up to like 40, 50,000 feet. And the rain, the updrafts, and makes for a very nasty bit of stuff that's circulating around that eye. This is a little later. I mean, like 9:43. It's 2 minutes later. See how the sun is just coming up, and it's casting long shadows. The shadows are shorter here, but you get the idea. Big storm. Here is the advisory 5, the 5 a.m. advisory number 4. All right, 2 a.m. Monday. It's going to be a hurricane just sitting there. And there's a couple of signals there where it starts to head west. It's when they start slowing down, then you don't know which way they're going. That's why those computer models were totally bipsic. So they got this whole area marked out as watch out. They even got a one down here on the tip of South America. More central, let's see. I guess that would be Honduras, Nicaragua. That'd be the little bump in Nicaragua right there. Yeah. Excuse me. Well, it's also touching the northern part of South America. Yeah. Melissa is expected to produce heavy rain. So you need to get you need to get your stuff in order. We've got plenty of water. I have 15 gallons of distilled. Plus I have another, let's see, that's 12 liters. 4 times 3 is, so it's like 4 gallons of water. So I've got another 16 gallons of distilled water, plus 15 gallons of jugs. Yeah. I've got five cases of 12-liter bottles. So we can just do the math. 5 times 12 is 60. So I got 60 liters. Let's just call them quarts. Divided by 4 equals 15 gallons. There you go. So I got 15 gallons of, what good, happy water. You can see this little, this is as far as it goes. You can see that 124, that's my blood sugar. That app is called Night Guard. And there you go, get rid of this stuff. Oops, not needing to post anymore. Pick them up. Nest, let's take a look at Nest. Seems like that one took me, let's try to, there we go. That's the camera view. This looks like it needs, you can see the walls a little tilted, so I need a little twist to get that right. Let me go. Anyway, so I'm going to say goodbye. I've been yakking here 2.5 hours. So let me say goodbye, and I'm going to fine tune this camera view so that it is not lopsided. So I'm going to turn off the microphone and I'm going to turn up, who is it? Epidemic Sound Instrumental, my royalty-free background music. Thank you very much for paying attention to this. And thank you, Epidemic Sound Instrumental, for creating this royalty-free music. You're going to see that image tilt better. Because I'm going to go turn the camera right now. Which if you want to see, you'll see it. Bye-bye.
It's 12:15.